Hi, and welcome to Your Story with John Mangan, where small businesses get to tell their story. In my job as a commercial insurance agent, I get to talk to a lot of small business owners. And over the past several weeks, I've had multiple conversations about how they're dealing with the effects of coronavirus and subsequent shutdown. I hope this gives you some insight into what they're going through during this time. Our first episode, we talked to Ashley Dingus with Tin Man Brewing here in Kokomo. I hope you enjoy. Hey, everybody. We are here with Ashley Dingus, the general manager of Tin Man Brewing here in Kokomo,
Mm-hmm.
Indiana. Thanks for
Hey
doing
guys.
this, Ashley.
Yeah, no problem.
This is our first episode, so we are going to work out all the kinks with you today.
I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it.
Awesome. So I think most people know pretty much in Kokomo, everyone knows, but the surrounding counties and stuff, everyone pretty much knows what Tin Man is and who you are. But just give us a brief kind of rundown of what you guys do.
Yeah, so we are a brewery and tap room in Kokomo, Indiana. We actually brew and sell our beers here. And one of the things that is a little bit different about what we do is that we do not have a kitchen. So we encourage people to go to the neighboring restaurants and support them. Then they can bring their food in here, eat it, enjoy, and all we ask is that we serve you our beer, but that's not the only thing we have. Beer, cider, wine, seltzers. Occasionally I get to be a bartender and make a cool craft beer cocktail, which is fun and not always goes the way I want it to, but
I'm sure.
But yeah, we're really out of the heart of it. We are a family-friendly production brewery here in Kokomo. He called us once the living room of Kokomo.
That's very true.
That's really what we want to be.
Everything was going well. I was there right before the Indiana shut down the bars and restaurants.
Everything was going actually surprisingly well. Anybody that's in this industry knows January, February, March are the months that you really just have to fight on through. And especially with us, we are a commodity. So, and a lot of times New Year's resolutions don't work with what we have.
Yes.
A lot of people are trying to lose weight, save money, drink less. All of that works against us. So typically our January, February months are just a little bit slower. And then they pick up in about April, May time. But this year was a strange one in that we were busy throughout January, throughout February, and those first couple weeks of March, we really were. It was the best first quarter that we've had since we've opened. So this year really did. It's one of those where it started out and we were like, yes, this is going to be it. We're doing it. We've got it. And then everything happened.
Yes. So tell us about that. What were your guys' initial thoughts when I think it's March 17th, right? St. Patrick's Day, that the government says, hey, no more bars and restaurants for a while.
Yeah. So it was, obviously it was really scary when everything was first starting to happen. And it was a lot of us and we're very small. We have less than 10 employees. So there's really, we're very, very small. We are truly a family here.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of that, like first week, it was a lot of back and forth on what is our responsibility to the community and how does that work with what we're hearing. So is our responsibility to push through and give people a place to come hang out, or is our responsibility to really take a step back and allow for people to stay home? So that first week was a lot of back and forth. It was a lot of, the week before everything closed, it was a lot of, okay, what can we do to make sure our place is safe? And so we were cleaning extra. The games, we weren't encouraging people to use our board games. And we were sanitizing like crazy, obviously.
Yeah.
And then the first 2 weeks when things closed, it was crazy. It was, okay, here we are. How do we get our product out safely to customers? So that first week was a lot of trial and error. And if you go back on our Facebook page, you'll see me basically begging, like, guys, we're trying. We're going to sell you some stuff, but give us a little bit of patience here while we figure it out. But those first 2 weeks really they were rough. It was a lot of making sure that not only are our customers safe, but that we as employees and our families are also safe.
Yeah.
But after those 2 weeks, it really, you know how it is, you got to settle into something. And we were able to kind of settle into our new process of just doing carryouts.
Yeah. So what has kind of been the thing that you guys have settled into? What does it look like for you guys?
So it means I'm here serving people a lot less. It means our tap room looks like this.
Yeah.
But what we've done is we've limited hours. So we are open Wednesday through Saturday, 3 to 7.
Okay.
And we are just doing carryout.
Okay.
So we are able to sell growlers and grumblers. You can bring in your own growler and your own grumbler. We are only doing cleaning on certain days.
Okay.
As of right now, that's something that might change soon. It's really just a matter of who can we afford to have here and how many people, and then keeping those people safe and our customers safe.
Okay.
So as it is right now, we are cleaning growlers on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Like I said, it might push to Wednesday, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. I just don't have confirmation on that.
And Wednesdays is your growler fill day anyway, right?
Yes. So Wednesdays, all our growler fills, all of our beers sit at either $7 or $10, as long as they're under 10, or as long as they're under 10% ABV. Because once we get that, we're not pouring you a $7 growler of Putin. We're not doing it. It would be a dangerous time.
Yeah, exactly.
But we are doing the those growler deals on Wednesdays. So our Wednesdays, if you come on a Wednesday, expect to sit and wait for a little bit, because our sanitation process is, some might say overkill. I disagree. It sits in 2 different chemicals. If you want to hear the specifics on those chemicals, I can tell you, but I'm not going to be very good at it.
They're very good at cleaning things, I assume.
Yes, yeah. Okay. And it is a 5-minute cleaning process.
Oh, wow.
But the reason we do that is, if you bring us a growler, that growler hits some of the most important and most contacted areas in our brewery. Mm-hmm. So we have to rinse it out first. That means it's hitting the sink, or because we have our push button cleaners, or it's touching that. It's also touching the tap handle, and it's touching, or the tap itself and the tap, the tube. Okay. So that's 3 things that we use over and over. So in order for me to use those things with something that somebody's bringing in, I got to make sure that it's safe. I got to make sure that if we get one growler that's not properly sanitized, touching that stuff, that's so many people that it's just too dangerous. And we were doing delivery with Oscar's Pizza on Fridays and Saturdays. So we had the people that were doing that here, and so we didn't have the extra hands to clean. Yeah. So we are done doing the delivery with Oscar's. It went spectacularly. We really appreciate everybody that ordered a pizza and beer and let us drive it to their house.
It's pretty good deal.
It was interesting. We are certainly not delivery drivers, so it was definitely a new experience, but it was awesome. And that's the other thing that was happening right now, is just a lot of businesses coming together, which has been helpful. And honestly, we are amazed at how well we're doing.
That's amazing.
We really, it was scary. It's one of those where if you find out you might be closed for 2 months, that's 0 revenue. Yeah. And as everybody knows, there's still bills need to be paid. Exactly. So, but the response has been great. It's definitely enough that we will be able to reopen our doors, which is all we're asking. We just, it's all we want to do. It's just get back into it, reopen our doors, and start serving people again. But the response has been really great. And I can't thank people enough for that. So
that's great. Yeah, it seems like everyone that I know has been really trying to focus on helping local businesses out, or restaurants and stuff, and doing the carry out if they can, and different things. Yeah. So that's awesome. You kind of led me into my next question of what, as we get towards reopening, it looks like hopefully here soon, what are you guys doing? What's your plan look like for that? Have you guys come up with anything yet? Are you thinking
So,
about
we've talked about it. The thing that is really hard right now is just nobody knows anything for sure.
it? Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to plan for something that we know nothing about. We know no idea on when we're going to open, what sort of contingencies are going to be when we open. Some things that we are assuming and that we've talked about is we assume that there is going to be a limit on the amount of people that can come in our tap room.
Yeah, probably.
That's going to be rough. That's going to be hard.
Yeah.
I don't want to go up to people and tell them they have to leave because we have 50 people in there. I don't want to.
Yeah.
But that's something that might be possible. So there's that, but masks, we're thinking that when we reopen, we will force everyone that's working to be wearing a mask.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, glove changing is going to be constant, sanitizing, washing our hands. When we clean, and we've been doing this anyways, but when we clean, when we open and close, we use a special type of sanitizer.
Okay.
And then that is a 3 to 5 minute sanitization time. So while we're open, we have something else that we use. It's a different type of sanitizer that is a 1 to 2 minute sanitization time. So that's what we've been using on pins, clipboards, all that sort of stuff now, which would continue for when we open as well. But just, we've thought about like only opening our patio, making it to where maybe we just keep our patio open, we leave our tap room closed, except for like restroom and stuff, and we continue serving out of our side window.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that we talked about doing as we move forward, like paper menus, unfortunately, like just throwing away. Once anything gets touched, throwing it away. So same with cups. Do we want to use only disposable cups? So there's a lot that we've talked about. It's definitely something that we are making sure that we are aware of, and that we have plans for how, when we do open, and how we want to do it, and how we think we might be told how to do it also.
Yeah.
So it's there, but it's just a matter of what they allow us, honestly. It's just going to take patience on both sides.
Yeah. It definitely is. It's going to be different for everyone once everyone gets back in there. And hopefully someday it will get back to normal again.
Yeah. Yeah, and it will.
Yeah,
it will. It's just, a matter of working through these times.
Exactly. I have to ask, has Jack still been brewing beer, or has that
yes.
He was on a schedule there, I know. So
yes. So Jack and I, the last beer that I actually helped him with, the last beer that we brewed, it was Mango Malfunction, because heaven forbid we run out of Mango Malfunction. Yes. It should be back on this week, guys. So you're all very welcome for that. But we did brew the mango, and now it's kind of a waiting game to see what we do. We don't want to brew too much because we just aren't sure how long this is going to go for.
Yeah.
And even doing carry out, we're just not selling the amount of beer that we were. So it's taking longer to get through brews.
Yeah.
Because typically this is the time when we would be really switching up what we have to offer. This is wheat Hefeweizen time. It's IPA time. This is really when you would typically see a lot of breweries getting rid of all of their darker stuff and then switching it out with their new seasonals.
Yeah.
And we still have some of our darker stuff. And it's all fine. Like none of it's expired or bad. It's just, you're less likely to sell somebody a dark porter when it's 70 degrees outside than you are when it's snowing.
Yes, there are definitely winter beers and summer beers. That's
So Jack is still here and he's still working. He's actually in the brewery right now. Nice. I warned him about this, so if he didn't want to run through, he didn't have to. But yeah, we're still working on stuff, and we are still making sure that we have the beers that people really want, like mango. We are still making sure that we have those, but that's just going to have to be something where we see how long this goes.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
You talked about earlier businesses coming together and kind of that kind of thing. Talk about some of the positives that have come out of this. I mean, there are tons of negative things and all that kind of stuff, but just talk about some of the positive things.
So I know us here, it's been really special to see our tap room with new eyes and go, okay, so this is what we were doing. Now we have to revamp our whole everything that we were doing and make it work. And we did it. It's been really cool to see people work through, especially the people that I work with here, but also the people downtown.
Mm-hmm.
We were told to all close our doors, and that's just not something that as a business owner you really want to ever hear or have to do. And then it's a matter of, okay, so this is where we're at, now what? And there has been such a great response from even our employees here on creative thinking and problem solving and really pushing forward innovative ideas. And it kind of shook us out of what was, you get in a daily grind.
Yeah, you get in a groove.
Yes, you get in your groove, and then it can become very difficult to switch out of that groove or to see things that were happening while you're in that groove.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been really good to take a step back and kind of reevaluate. Like, we've been doing awesome. This is where we're going on. This will be once they're at the end of this year, it'll be 4 years of us.
Wow.
So, and for a brewery, it's hard to get past those. And so it's been really cool to see how my employees have come together to help that, and also to talk to other businesses and go like, hey, whatever you need, let me know, let us help. We want to work with you. We really are all in this together. We really are.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
That is amazing. Well, get this wrapped up, but I just want to give you an opportunity to say anything to the people that have been supporting you, standing in line at the tape mark 6 feet apart on the railroad track. So I just want to give you an opportunity to say whatever you wanted to say to those guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, thank you. Thank you to every person who has bought a growler or even just messaged us, or even it's something as small as sharing our social media, commenting on it, interacting with it. If you have done any of those things at all, I cannot tell you how much we appreciate it, and that it is truly because of customers like you that we are going to be able to open our doors. This is a time when we have really, really had to rely on our customer base, and you guys came through. It's astounding. We were really, really scared at the beginning, but after a few weeks of doing this, we're feeling good. We're feeling good, and thank you. Thank you for allowing us the ability to walk in here and not be horrified, and really just be like, okay, it's another day. We can do this. We've got the people who support us. We hear you. We see you, and thank you from the bottom of everyone's hearts here. All of us. We are a family, and your Tin Man family thanks you.
That's awesome, and I can't agree with what you said anymore. That's amazing that people are doing that, and it's awesome. I want to thank you for being part of episode 1 of Your Story.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
And so just thank you so very much for doing this, and we will talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Thanks, John. I really appreciate it.
Thanks. Bye, Ashley.
All right. See ya.
Hey guys, thanks for watching episode 1 of Your Story with John Mangan. Hopefully that gave you some good insight into what's happening at Tin Man Brewing right now. We've got more episodes coming up. To see those episodes, make sure you like our Facebook page, follow us on YouTube. And if you are a small business owner or know someone who is a small business owner and those stories should be told, make sure you comment below and we'll reach out. I would love to help you tell your story.